Look, AI is changing everything and people are kind of starting to freak out. Don't do that. Some jobs are going under, that's completely true, but AI is also creating new jobs, jobs that pay high salaries using AI instead of being replaced by it. They're beginner friendly and don't require tech skills. I found 9 AI jobs with high salaries. If you start now, I'm not trying to stress you, but this could realistically be your last chance to get on the AI train before departure, and no one knows what's next, so hop on. Number 1. Your manager is screaming. He's really angry for the 3rd time this week. He's completely red in his face, his voice is trembling, and he yells out loud, "Somebody's getting fired." You think to yourself, not again. The IT company you work for just integrated AI into all their systems, but it went completely wrong, and the AI completely destroyed everything. But why did this happen? Because the company tried to cut costs and they failed to hire an AI operation specialist. And that's you. This job is starting to appear and will explode in growth in the near future. But what is AI operations, right? What's that? AI operations, or AI ops, is about making sure AI works. Shocking, right? Chatbots, automations, agents, everything AI related needs monitoring and has to work. Companies are pouring so much money into AI, they're integrating it into everything. So imagine when that actually breaks, like the company is pretty much done. And that's why they need people managing these operations who can detect problems early and fix problems quickly. Now, this job is very, very new. There are some articles about it, but most people have never seen it before, and that is a good thing. If you can get into this field now, you're becoming one of the first people. It's like becoming a software developer when nobody knew how to code, which would give you pretty high salaries, nice benefits, whatever you needed, because there was no competition back then. Now, NVIDIA has a certification for this called AI Infrastructure and Operations, and it's an entry-level cert validating exactly these skills. It's going to cost you about $125 and it takes an hour to finish, but it's a really, really good investment. All you need is a basic understanding of data centers and infrastructure like that, which anybody could learn in a few weeks from their course. I'll give this job a 7.5 out of 10 because it's still a bit too early, but in a few years or even a few months, you will see way more openings and talk about this one. Trust me, I guarantee it. Now, next up is going to be the AI analyst, and this one is perfect for beginners. Here's the story. Everybody at the company is panicking. Sales are down and we are going broke. But nobody knows why. From just buying a very large warehouse to handle all the new orders to suddenly staring at an empty bank account. That's the story of many businesses. If we continue going for more than a month, we're going bankrupt. Suddenly, this new guy puts up his hand and he presents a paper with some numbers, graphs, and charts on it. Suddenly, everything becomes clear. We made this mistake, we forgot to do this, and we should do this thing instead, and suddenly the company's saved. Okay, that's a little cheesy, I know, but that's the job of an AI analyst. You might already know the data analyst, the business analyst, the analyst, I don't know, but these ones are becoming more and more automated, and AI is a superpower in analytics because basically analyst jobs will use more and more AI, eventually becoming full-on AI analysts. Now, I don't think analytics careers are going away anytime soon, but you need to treat the career like an AI analyst, because if you don't use AI, somebody else absolutely will destroy you in AI analytics. There's just no way around it. Become an AI analyst. I like this new course by Vanderbilt University. It's new, top rated, and only 4 weeks to finish, and it works great whether you're a beginner or you're already in the data field as a data analyst or something like that. 8 out of 10. All right, next up, it's going to be an AI job for creative people or anybody that just wants to make money. Who cares about passion these days? Just don't want to be laid off. It's Monday morning, you're opening your email and it says, "Houston, we have a problem. We're being sued for a lot of money. Goodbye vacation, goodbye savings, goodbye career, goodbye fun." Here's what happened, okay? A photo went live on Instagram last night and it was AI generated, but it was actually copyrighted and it was somebody else's property. You should have hired an AI content manager before that. This new job is really nothing new. It's a content manager. They've always been around, managing blogs, social media, newsletters, whatever. People thought they were getting replaced, but AI is just making them more and more important because content is becoming easier and easier to create, and more is becoming created with AI, which requires somebody overseeing it. Now, you're not the creator, you're the person who controls what AI is allowed to publish. You review the content before publishing, and you kind of set the rules so AI doesn't cross the lines it can't cross. Now, right now, the jobs are kind of just called content manager, and they list AI as the job title. But as this evolves, I think there's going to be a full AI content manager role. I'll be ready for that. 7 out of 10. Not the best or the most high paying, but it's a kind of like an entry-level thing, and it's definitely the future. Next up is the AI engineer. Now, it sounds super complicated, but it's often misunderstood, and it's a very high paying and rapidly growing field. So let's check it out. Now, most jobs are objectively being reshaped by AI in some way, but somebody has to build the thing that's replacing everybody else. Somebody has to be that person, and that's the AI engineer. Now, 120 to 250K per year definitely isn't rare here, and AI engineers already exist. They will just continue to grow as the field grows. Now, if you're a top AI engineer, you're kind of set for life. But everybody isn't working on ChatGPT, right? So what are the AI engineers actually doing all day? You'll find them in lots of different companies, and they build AI, or they build the stuff that uses AI and integrates it, like putting AI here into a product over here, like AI in your fridge, or your car, or your brain, probably soon. Now, people often mix up AI engineers with machine learning engineers, which are actually two different things. It's a big mistake. It's pretty hard to compare them in one sentence, but I'll give it a try. So both are great careers, but they're different. Machine learning engineers over here build the underlying models, the foundation, the algorithms from scratch. And it's very technical and maths heavy, and they kind of build like the bottom of the pyramid. And this job has been around for a very long time. Now, AI engineers, on the other hand, over here, integrate these existing AI models like ChatGPT and build applications. They make it useful. They're kind of a little bit up on the pyramid, using the fundamentals and the foundation that they already built. Still difficult, but different, and definitely future-proof. Just not the easiest as a beginner, let's be honest. I mean, it's AI engineering, what do you expect? 8.5 out of 10. But not the best for beginners, I'll be honest. Okay, next, have you seen the sheer number of AI tools and softwares being launched? It's like AI for this, AI for that, AI to walk outside. I don't know, there's just no way to keep up. Companies are trying their best to make employees use AI in a smart way. They want to increase productivity, well, they just want to make more money, to be honest. But how when things change so quickly? That's why we need AI trainers. People are basically dedicating themselves and their life, or at least their work life, to learning, staying up to date, and teaching AI tools to other people. And generally speaking, employees at top companies or just any company. Obviously, it's not going to be found at like a tiny local business or a small company. They're not going to be able to afford to hire an AI trainer full-time or something. That would be completely ridiculous. So you have to look at the large corporations and the companies, ones where a 3% increase in productivity across the team and the people could result in millions of more profits. But when you search for AI training right now, you're mostly gonna find these things that involve training the AI itself, which is a bad thing, and it's not what I'm talking about at all. It's not the opportunity you want to take. This is about training the employees how to actually use it. Like, we still have a lot of people that barely know how to use the old school softwares, like how to run a Zoom meeting. Okay, maybe not that far, but you get the point. How is everybody gonna keep up with AI in the companies? It's just not gonna happen by itself. So I'm placing a bet on AI training. I know I'm early, but we'll see this in a few years. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It's hard to give it a rating because, again, we don't know much yet. We're still early, but that's kind of what we want to do. We want to be ahead of the crowd. We want to be ahead of the curve and see it early. Okay, next up is going to be the AI product manager. Now, it's a non-technical role. You don't need to be a computer wizard or a programming genius or some tech nerd. Basically, what you do is you take responsibility. Yeah, you got to take responsibility for an AI product. Now, you don't write the code, you don't decide on the technical details. You're more like kind of the captain of the ship, you could say. That's a weird reference, but that's kind of true. You set the direction, where things are going, and then you lead the way as the captain in charge. Now, you have your team of programmers, you have the tech people who build the AI product, like the app, whatever, and it's a fantastic way for non-tech people to join the AI wave. And salaries for AI product managers are incredibly high as it combines AI with management, both high-value things. There are a lot of these positions appearing right now, but if you just search for AI product manager, you're gonna be confused and you will say, Lucas, you're lying, they don't exist. But look, there are some examples where companies say AI product manager directly, but in most cases, they're just product managers that work with AI. So the secret is to combine the search terms and include AI, and you will find ones with AI in the description. So you have to do a little bit more digging, but it's worth it. To prove my point further, there are lots of courses popping up right now about AI product management. Both top companies IBM and Microsoft recently launched their professional certificates on this exact topic. So this is rapidly growing. And as always, those that get in early will have a good time. And of course, if you have some tech skills, it's going to help, but it's not detrimental and it's not critical. 8.5 out of 10. All right, next up is going to be the AI Customer Experience Manager. It's also a non-technical role, which is good for beginners, and you don't need to go back like 5 years and learn the hardcore math or, years of programming. That's not reasonable for most people, right? Now, a lot of customer support is fortunately or unfortunately being automated. We have these chatbots, we have these automated surveys, we even have phone agents that talk to customers on the phone, but they're actually AI. All of these things are useful, but can also be very dangerous because they can break, they can give the wrong advice, or they might just be useless and not be helpful to our customers. They might actually stop buyers from buying, they might leave them pissed off, or even increase refunds or lower satisfaction and lead to bad reviews. All of that has to be managed. And that is your job as an AI customer experience manager. Now, just like the product manager, this is not a new thing. Many jobs will not have this exact title, but rather include it in the description. So you use various terms and dig a little bit deeper when you're searching. But this role is here to stay. Customer experience and support has a manager, and so will AI customer experience and support. 7 out of 10, lower score because it's kind of new and it's still unclear what this job is going to look like in the future. Moving on, we have AI compliance. Now, times are crazy for lawyers and I guess legislators too. And Anthropic, one of the biggest AI companies, just settled a $1.5 billion lawsuit. Yeah, that's billion with a B. They were using copyrighted books to train their AI models without actually buying the books, which they got sued for, which I think is totally fair. Now, this is only the start. AI is testing our legal system to the max with copyright, fair use, all of that being completely under fire right now. And companies will need experts who consider these questions, and they're already starting to hire them. Not only lawyers, but also people trained on AI compliance to make sure it's practically implemented and AI products operate legally and compliant. That's why it's a good opportunity even if you're not a lawyer. Now, the jobs are not called AI compliance though. As always, you'll find titles like AI compliance officer, governance manager, and more. My score is going to be like 7.5. It's a bit lower because many of the jobs do require degrees and other qualifications, especially management, because it's such an important thing with law and all that stuff that can go wrong, so do keep that in mind. And next up is going to be the AI designer. Now, many creative people worry that AI is replacing designers. That's true to some extent. Anybody can now create lots of artwork using AI. That's kind of the new reality. If your entire thing is making logos, yeah, that's a bit in danger. But the design field and job as a whole is not going away anytime soon. Whether it's graphic design, product design like UX, UI, motion graphics, etc., top talent will always still be in demand. That's my honest opinion. Some are using AI more and more. I think that's one approach, which is some companies want to take that approach, but there's a lot of AI slop out there right now. So others, including myself, prefer to keep things a little bit less AI and more human. Now, I think a mix is going to be the future. We're not going backwards in time. The new reality is here to stay, but quality is going to become more important because just designing more and more faster is not going to be the winner anymore. When everybody can make things fast, quality is going to win. Now, these jobs are changing, but I think they will be completely fine, just different. And also, guys, check out this video with more AI jobs and certs. I cover my personal favorite certification right there and my favorite job, the best one right there. Check it out. I'll see you there.